for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Chat. I hear the battle cry under the devil's sky. The one-winged angel screams. Are you ready to go? Are you ready for this? I hear the battle cry under the devil's sky. Hopes and dreams will never die. Are you ready to go? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to go? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to go? Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Are you ready to go? Are you ready for this? On a Wednesday night, in one of the most anticipated dynamites in a long time for AEW tonight, the Elite, the Elite, the Elite have been suspended allegedly by the AEW and Tony Khan for their part in the fight and the skirmish in the back after the scrum. After the scrum, there was a skirmish, everybody. That's right. After the scrum, there was a skirmish. And welcome to wrestling in 2022, man. I gotta be honest, it's exciting, but I think we're all in for a bit of a letdown because here's the thing. Tonight, and I feel like holding a mic right now, so I do apologize. My microphone quality is a little bit lower than usual, but I just, I couldn't, I just not feeling it right now. I want to hold a microphone, you know what I mean? It's something about holding a staff like this or something. I know this is like the more expensive mic, but you know what? I want to hold a mic right now. I feel like I'm ready to cut a promo on somebody. We got a little bit of time to be. Maybe I'll get lazy in a few and I'll plug in the other one. I don't know. What's up, chat? Plus, I'm delaying to make sure the live alert goes out to everybody. You guys know that I'm going to be live after AEW Dynamite tonight, obviously. And I do apologize for my wiry entrance here, but I've had a lot of coffee, as you can imagine, so I apologize for this. Same shirt he was wearing yesterday. Yes, Bob. I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing last night. I change in the middle of the day because I work weird shifts at multiple jobs. For those of you that are brand new to the channel, sometimes I do that. I leave it on because I'm about to take a shower in a few, and I don't want to. I'm not going to go get changed again. That doesn't make any sense. So yes, I do that sometimes because I work a weird shift. Now, for some of you who may know me, for about 4 years on YouTube, this was my job. I was laid off of my old job, and YouTube became my full-time job for about 4 years. So it was pretty cool. But now life is rough, and I work at my YouTube channel is my biggest thing that I do, but I also have 2 other side gigs that I have to do. And so it's a little bit chaotic right now. But if you want to become a patron and help me out, maybe we can eliminate one of those. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. People are suspended. People are in trouble. What's going to happen with CM Punk? That's the big question mark. There's a rumor he's going to be let go. But I think he's actually hurt, and because he's actually hurt, they're trying to figure out what to do. Maybe they can work that into the suspension. So maybe CM Punk will get the biggest suspension of everybody, but in reality, he was going to be off anyway because he's injured. So if I was Tony Khan behind the scenes, you could say to Punk, hey, listen, man, I have to suspend everybody. I can't play favorites here. I can't make it seem like, whatever. So here's the deal: you're going to be out for 6 weeks with a slight tear of the pec or whatever the injury is, assuming it's not major, right? You're going to be out 6 to 12 weeks anyway. We'll just play it off that I suspended you for months and you're injured at the same time, so it'll just be all that. I don't know. I'm just speculating on things. I don't know anything. But here's the thing: according to Wrestling Observer Dave Meltzer, everyone involved in the brawl is now officially suspended. The EVPs, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, as well as Michael Nakazawa is even suspended. Christopher Daniels, One-Eyed Willie, is gone. I feel bad for Christopher Daniels, man, because he's a beast. And the poor guy's been dealing with this eye thing forever. Now he's suspended. And guys, our old friend Pat Buck is fired as well. I mean, suspended, I'm sorry. Pat Buck is suspended as well. You may recall Pat Buck is the guy who stared at me and Ryback as Ryback was bitching at me and wanting to kill me because Ryback's a moron. But Pat Buck is also the guy that Ryback allegedly says wrestles old millionaires sexually for money. So if you've never heard that Ryback clip, go look it up on my channel. It's amazing. Ryback says Pat Buck sexually wrestles old men and took $1 million from a dying old man to pleasure him in a wrestling fashion. That's very strange. But anyway, I think I like Pat Buck, but I don't know. Because he according to Ryback, he's also the guy who's tried to steal money from me. When we tried to get Ryback on the show, and Pat Buck allegedly is the one that wanted thousands of dollars. I don't know, bro. So Pat Buck is a questionable character. I kind of like Pat Buck, and I want to believe that Ryback's the douchebag because Ryback kind of is a douchebag. And I want to say that so many people wouldn't like Pat Buck. I mean, if he was this terrible person. So I don't know, man. I like Pat Buck, but he got suspended as well. The only person who was involved in this who is left off the list is CM Punk. You know? So I don't know what that means right now. And I don't know if that has to do with tonight. But I think I'm worried about tonight because a lot of people are like, oh, tonight is must watch. And I agree, it is must watch. Oh, sorry, the donation link is here, John. I apologize, bro. I didn't put it in the chat. There you go, bro. So I'm worried because I said this yesterday and the day. I think I said this the day before yesterday. I said, man, don't get your hopes up about Dynamite because a lot of these guys aren't going to be on Dynamite. So everybody that's looking for, oh, man, I can't wait to hear the reaction, what happens with the Elite and Kenny Omega and CM Punk and all these people, and will Ace Steel be there? None of them are going to be here. Which is, I honestly believe it's a mistake, and I know that I said they should be suspended, and I think they should be suspended, but I'm not saying they should be suspended right now. I think they should serve a suspension at some point, next week, the week after. I would turn this into a work. Now, if nobody could turn it into a work and nobody could work together, and it might be too soon, to be honest, guys. It might be too soon to play work. You can't play work when guys really want to kill each other, right? So I get it. So maybe you do have to let them be suspended this week and next week, but man, what a missed opportunity if they don't work this out the right way. Then again, you could argue that they didn't work the MJF situation the right way. I mean, MJF flipped out. Fire me, you fucking mark! He flips out in a shoot on live TV. So MJF leaves in a shoot but returns in a work. A little bit strange, to be honest. Why didn't MJF return in a shoot way? Why did MJF return in a worked way? Like, you could make MJF return because the network wants him there. Like TNT wants him there. And Don Callis worked a deal behind the scenes. And Tony Khan is like, this is my company, man. I make the decisions here. Well, it's also TNT's network, and Tony doesn't have a show unless TNT says so. And TNT wants MJF. Tony Khan doesn't want MJF. Maybe some of you idiots don't want MJF, but TNT wants MJF. And now you can pit it sort of the network against Tony Khan undermining him. So MJF is back. And MJF is going to do what he wants and says what he wants. And Tony Khan is like, I got fined for the things that you said, and this network wants you back. Yeah, Tony, and they expect you to have a handle on your wrestlers. See, you're the guy who should have had a handle on your wrestlers. They don't blame MJF, who equals rating. Ratings speak, Tony, you know? So anyway, something like that. Anyway, something like that where he comes back where it's like a worked shoot or a shoot worked or whatever, but he really comes back in a full work, you know? He left on a full shoot, but he returns on a full work. Like, it's a full-on work, him coming back. Like, I'm the Joker in the mask. I don't know. So I kind of liked it, but it was a little bit weird. And then, of course, nobody's talked about MJF because all anybody has wanted to talk about is CM Punk and the fight and everything that's going on. So we know suspensions have happened, allegedly. And again, you go back to the Eddie Kingston thing. Eddie Kingston pie-faced somebody, he got 2 weeks. This is way more than a pie face. All right? And these guys weren't wearing rosary beads like Eddie Kingston to hide behind God. So there's some problems here. By the way, guys, if you can, click the like button. We need 100 likes on this thing tonight, an afternoon. I apologize for being a little wishy-washy, but again, like I said, I'm working a million jobs right now to try to stay afloat with everything. I appreciate you guys being here for all my clips. I don't know it all. You know what I mean? I don't know. I know what I know, and I know what I can say, and I know what I want to say sometimes. Sometimes I don't know what I want to say. So, I appreciate you bearing with me when I have my ups and downs as far as my opinions, rants, or reviews, or whatever. The Elite are definitely going to be petitioning to hire Ryback after this, says Jamie in the chat.
Yeah, you want to hire me? You know what I want to do? I'm going to show up on Raw, and then I want to suck Braun Strowman. Yeah.
Plus, Pat McAfee's gone from WWE. That's another big thing. Pat McAfee gone, or not gone from WWE, I'm sorry. He's taking a break because he got a big job. You may have heard about it with ESPN or whatever. So Pat McAfee has a bit of a job going on with ESPN, so he's going to be taking a leave from WWE, or he's not going to be working as much on commentary. So there's a big loss right there, because Pat McAfee was one of the only good things about commentary, and he made Michael Cole seemingly better on commentary. Now he's gone. So that's a blow for anybody who was entertained by Pat McAfee on the mic. Everybody tweet WWE, Road Dogg, Triple H to hire me, because I'm going to put myself over. I put myself over so much in the videos this week that people were just like, they were just like, ugh, just disgusted in the comments. And I said, it's kind of a joke. It's become kind of a joke that I kind of like beg for a job from these companies and stuff like that. It's never going to happen because I'm just too whatever. It's not going to happen. I just like to do it because it's funny. I find it funny to be like, yo, hire me. But but in all honesty, hire Mauro Ranallo, please. Please rehire Mauro Ranallo. I know he's scared of his own shadow, and I know that he may be heading to the arena one night, ready to call the big pay-per-view, and, someone might look at him the wrong way, and then he might get freaked out and run away into a hotel room. But, the fact of the matter is you need somebody on commentary, bro. Hire Booker T's guys. Hire Booker T's guys. Like, in all honesty, like, forget me. Forget me, right? Hire Booker T's guys. They're really good. I really enjoy Booker T's Reality of Wrestling commentary team. Most of them. I think he's got a really good, solid team out there. He's one of the best. He's got one of the best teams on commentary for an independent company. Hire them. Hire Mauro Ranallo. Hire them. But something has to be done. Like, it's like the commentary of all these companies is not very good. So, what are you going to do?
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Thank you, Gerald.
Don't lie, Joe. You creamed your pants when you found out about the fight Sunday. More exposure to the business and more eyes on you.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I don't even have a problem with it, really. I'm not that angry about it. I'm just kind of more angry about, it's like, I'm upset that MJF got buried, like, for a while. We should have been talking about him all week. But honestly, All Out was a little bit lackluster, right? All Out was a little bit, like, it was fun and it was good, and I enjoyed it. But, man, nothing compares to what went down at the media scrum this week. This was unbelievable type of stuff. But unfortunately, what the repercussions from it might be terrible. But I would expect Dynamite to have a good rating tonight. So this is another one of those situations where what AEW can't do tonight is just pretend it didn't happen and have the suspended people be missing and try to put on a regular show. They really need to go balls to the wall tonight. They need to realize that people are watching tonight that might not normally be watching, and they need to shock everybody. Okay? They need to shock everybody. I'm talking about somebody needs to get beaten up in the back and bloodied in the back in a shocking manner. There needs to be a heel turn tonight on somebody. I would have the Acclaimed challenge for the tag titles tonight and maybe lose again, to be honest, because Keith Lee and Swerve cheat or something, and then set up a third match for a special event. I would go balls to the wall. I would have a parking lot brawl or something, a match no one expected. You would have MJF cut some kind of promo or do something nuts tonight. You know, you got to go all out. A car crash. I'm talking about, dude, you have to go balls to the wall. And probably right now at 3 p.m. they've already decided what to do. Or maybe they're wrapping up the finishing touchings, but man, I wish I was in that creative room because, dude, we got to go balls to the wall. Because tonight, whether it's 100,000 or 500,000, there are going to be an extra set of eyes on AEW Dynamite. They're coming off a pay-per-view. They're coming off All Out. They're coming off CM Punk. They're coming off the Brawl. They're coming off MJF return. They're coming off WWE Clash. Dude, tonight, you're going to have somewhere between 100,000 and 500,000 extra people watching. I'm going to bet 200,000. So I'm going to bet that tonight's rating, regardless of what happens, tonight's rating for Dynamite is going to be 1 million. And it could be 1.1 million. So they had been at 900,000, and they got up to 1 million recently. And tonight should draw 1.1 million, if not 1.2, right? I'll say 1.2 at the very best. If this rating is below 1 million, I swear to God to you, I will come on here and admit, like, I'm a grundle sniffer, okay? I'm a grundle sniffer. If this show tonight does anything less than 1 million, I will admit I'm a grundle sniffer live on YouTube, okay? All week long, I'll tell everybody, hi, I'm Joe Cronin, the grundle sniffer. Gerald Armstrong, thank you for the $5 donation. If you guys want to donate, man, drop Super Chats, bro, because I'd love to talk about some stuff. So if you have questions, comments, whatever, you want to help the show out, and also you want to say something, Super Chats are open, and the donation link is up top. Hit the like button. If you got no money, you can always click the like button. That'd help out a little bit. I certainly have nothing. Let's see what's up. They won't get a 1.2. Damn. But they got to bring it, man. They got to do something. But it's not going to be that exciting if CM Punk isn't there, and if the Elite isn't there as well. You know, so I think the best thing would be for Punk to open the show, say that not only has he been suspended for his comments at the press conference and for engaging in the, I wouldn't even put over the, I don't even know what you do, man. Put over the fight. I wouldn't do that. I'd maybe just say, you know, I'm injured again. But then that makes him look weak again. The belt looks weak again. I mean, dude, this is just not good for the AEW championship, man. It's not good. This belt is always being vacated. If it's going to be another interim thing, that's terrible. I don't believe that they would fire CM Punk. I just can't believe that rumor and that conversation. Now, Punk is the wild card because everybody's been suspended except for CM Punk. So, you know, but I'm worried tonight that AEW will just go AEW, because remember the last time something like this happened? AEW just comes out and acts like it didn't happen and puts on a mediocre show to get out of here to get back to next week or the week after that, because they had stuff planned for tonight, but now they can't do that. So they don't want to have to think about it tonight. So they just march out randos, put on a random safe show, and get to next week. They've done that before. That is a mega mistake if they do that tonight. That is a mega mistake. If Tony Khan waddles out a bunch of New Japan style fighting stuff and that's it, and the only thing we really get is MJF, which, by the way, I mean, MJF's amazing. I'm not downputting him, but I mean, guys, I'm telling you, man, if they drop the ball tonight, I will be I'm expecting fucking scorched earth tonight. And if I don't get that, if I get mediocre, safe, get to next week because we don't know what to do, boy, I'm going to tell, I will fucking flip out tonight on my review. On my AEW review tonight, I will lose my mind. I would call Ryback. Hell, you know that Ryback hates me and that I don't really like Ryback that much. But here's the thing, I'd call Ryback just for the fun of it. Even if Ryback came out there and went,
Tony Khan has hired me as the new security enforcer in the back, and I will finish it.
Like, dude, that'd be hilarious. Like, even if you just came out and dropped the mic and went in the back, and it was literally just a cameo, and every once in a while you have Ryback appear for a cameo where, like, if there's a fight in the back, Ryback shows up to break it up and stuff like that, and he's got a security team, and Ryback is like,
Ryback's team is assembled. And tonight, if there's any problems back here, we will hit you with a thunderous shell shock.
like, dude, it'd be so funny. That'd be hilarious. I am down for that. I don't care. I pay the man. I don't care. I don't care what Ryback thinks. Man, I'm best for business, bro. I don't care if Ryback had assaulted me. When I got in my fight with Ryback at WrestleCon, I don't care if he had assaulted me. I would still hire him for that because he would entertain people. I want people to be entertained. That'd be fucking hilarious. I would love to bury the hatchet with Ryback so badly and say, hey, man, like, I said some crazy shit. You said some stuff, but I'll take the bigger responsibility. I apologize. That's what I tried to do at WrestleCon. That's what set him off at WrestleCon, man. I tried to apologize to him, and he didn't give a shit. And then he told me to be a good, positive person, and I agreed with him. I said, okay, man, hey, listen, apologize. Then the next day on his wrestling show, he said that I should die in a pit of spikes. So it's like, dude, which one is it? Be positive and good, or do you want me to be killed? Fucking weird person. But I'd still pay him and work with him because he's entertaining you guys and me. I don't care. As long as it's entertaining.
Shit bomb.
Bring the guy on.
Time for CM Punk to take Triple H's blazer and join the commentary team to replace McAfee.
Oh, man, Triple H on commentary. I mean, Robbie Hyde, I do remember back in the day, Triple H was pretty funny. One of the funniest lines that Triple H ever had, I believe it was, I don't know if it was on Raw or if it was on SummerSlam. I don't remember. But, there was a near fall, Robbie Hyde. Robbie Hyde, thanks for becoming a $5 shit bum, Robbie. There was a near fall, and JR said something like, my God, how close was that? Oh, how close was that? Or something like that. And then Triple H said, well, JR, why don't you run up there, drop your pants, and measure just how close it actually was? And then JR was like, I'm all set, thanks. Okay. Like, it was really funny. Like, it might have been King of the Ring. I don't remember. But it was really funny. It might have been King of the Ring. It might have been Deadly Games. I don't remember exactly. I keep picturing... I don't know why, but I keep picturing SummerSlam 98, but SummerSlam 98 Triple H had a match, so I don't think it was that. But it was something, and it was really funny. He's like, well, JR, why don't you go up there, drop your pants, and measure just how close it actually was? It was really funny, man. Triple H would be... I don't think we fully explored enough Triple H on commentary, because he was pretty funny. But I don't think it's his thing 100%, but no doubt he can do it, and it's funny. Kind of like Jericho. It's one of those things. Thank you for the donation, Robbie Hyde. What's up?
New subscriber.
Ooh.
You fucking mark!
Rebel Arrow. Rebel Arrow, thank you for the subscribing to the channel, you effing mark. The donation was talking about Punk being a commentator, not Triple H. Oh, thanks, Luke Rojas. I'm retarded, apparently. Yeah, Punk can be a commentator. Punk has done it, and he's come out and helped on commentary several times at AEW. I don't know if you missed those episodes because, Rojas, you always hate on AEW. So, but, yeah, CM Punk several times has come out randomly during AEW Dynamite just to sort of enhance the show a little bit and jump on commentary for a match or two if I remember correctly. So, yeah, I mean, that's been pretty good. Punk is good on commentary. He's like a different person because he's very serious. He's very serious and very good at color. And he knows things about people, so he takes the time to know things to say about people. So no, Punk has been good on commentary. Imagine CM Punk and Triple H on commentary together. Imagine those two coming together.
Shit bomb.
Oh,
Tony should blow up in a limo before Punk and Ace kill the Elite.
oh man, Mason Rawlison, thank you for the $5, man. Thank you for the $5, Mason. How you doing? I really want some turkeys right about now. Does anybody have a spare turkey available? Because I really need a turkey, bro. I'm talking about $29 turkey. Just so you know. Mason, thank you for becoming a $5 shit bum. Stahl Hard says, Excalibur going to unmask tonight. Oh, my God, it's CM Punk. Oh, no. Pat McAfee leaves WWE. Well, Pat McAfee is not leaving WWE. That is a rumor, but he's taking a break. So Pat McAfee is taking a break from WWE. I see a lot of people saying he's leaving or he's fired. He's not fired or leaving. He got a job with ESPN. He's going to be seen in WWE much less going forward. He got a big contract from ESPN. I mean, we're talking about WWE was paying Pat McAfee like $150,000 or something like that, right? I think ESPN is offering him a multi-million-dollar contract, right? So what's he going to do? He probably went to WWE and said, hey, man, ESPN's offering me, I don't know the amounts, by the way, this is a guess. Hey, ESPN is offering me $5 million for 2 years, you know, and probably WWE was like, okay, man, well, you know, you got to take that, and WWE isn't prepared to hire a mark brand new commentator, I guess, for $5 million. They're probably prepared to offer him $500,000. I could see WWE saying, Pat, we'll give you $1 million, stay here. Or, hey, Pat, we'll give you $500,000, stay here. But they're not going to give him $5 million or more. So if that's the case, you know, that's why Pat McAfee is probably done being a full-time guy, you know, with WWE. Yes, my food has arrived. Wait, is it? Oh. What are you doing? Oh, you got tea? Oh. Tell them I said hi. I'll be up soon. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts just arrived, courtesy of the sexiest woman alive. My wife. God, I would gobble her in fucking whole body, bro. My wife. Oh, boy. You talk about standing at attention. You talk about wet dreams. Well, I have them again from my wife. That's right, I have wet dreams again from my wife, baby. Let me tell you something. There's a couple of donuts. Oh, here we go. Look at this, guys. Check this out. You guys, you got to check out Cornelius's Donuts in Boston, Mass, bro. But they're closed Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. So, just so you know. Really good. Go check out Cornelius's Donuts. Anyway, Colt Cabana is a fucking menorah fucking cocksucker who deserves to be fucking decapitated. And I've said it a million times. He is circumcised. And nobody fucking believes that. But he is. And I hope his fucking mother dies. So, because then he'll have to manage a bank account all by himself. A lot of people don't know that, but Colt Cabana has a bank account he shares with his mother who runs all his accounting and bills and stuff. Cornelius's Donuts, fucking awesome. Closed Mondays through Friday. In Boston, check it out. Anyway. So yeah, Colt Cabana doesn't know how to run funds and money and shit, so he'll probably fucking bankrupt his whole account. I hope he gets a hermaphrodite pregnant. And then he has no money to raise his kids. And then he fucks a menorah. I want to invent a time machine to send Colton back in time to 1941. And I want to introduce him to Hitler. Yeah. So, who fancies himself a wrestling journalist here? Huh? Who fancies themselves a wrestling... Dave Meltzer? Dave, you know who I am, right? Have I ever done anything to deserve this? Dave? You tell me, that's what your answer is? You're a fucking mark. You fucking... Hey, really? A Pittsburgh Penguins jersey? Really? You fucking loser. The guy that basically is a pedophile, Mario Lemieux, who had Sidney Crosby live with him for years when he was like 18 years old so he could suck his cock and have sex with him. Mario Lemieux, the Pittsburgh Penguins, fucking penguin. Penguins are fucking Penguins are gay, bro. Fucking, dude, don't ever fucking wear a Pittsburgh Penguins shirt in this place again. I'll fucking kill you, bro. But anyway, I'm a Blackhawks fan, and pretty soon we're going to have to change our name to something else because of the Native American backlash that's been going on in this country, like the Redskins. So even though I hate the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I'm an SJW myself, like I really don't like, I'm an SJW. I think people should be canceled for shit they say. I'm super woke and shit. So it's going to be funny when they come for my team that I love. And we won't be the Blackhawks anymore. We'll be like the Black Tails or Tales from the Crypt. I don't know. Anyway, Brian Alvarez is a cocksucker. And Nick Hausman from Wrestling Inc. Nick Hausman, I hope Eric Bischoff restarts his website with you and then he kills you over it. How about that? Okay, anyway, let's snap out of this. I'm sorry. What the fuck, bro? I think I've watched that press conference way too much. Dude, I've watched that press conference way too much, bro. I'm telling you, if Dynamite tonight isn't more fun than what I just did, we're all in trouble. It better be good tonight. It better be good tonight.
Do a little basketball dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Impersonate Ryback call show if Dynamite doesn't hit 1 million.
Fuck it. Impersonate Ryback all show if Dynamite doesn't hit 1 million. Oh my God. My voice will be exploded, bro. My voice will be broken if I do that. Oh my God, man. I don't know. I did get some inside info. I got to read his message again because he's actually been right about a lot of things. Several people have been. So I will go looking for that. If you want to donate, thank you for the donations, guys. I really appreciate it. My gas money we need gas money today, so thank you for the gas money.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Keno Laglang. Oh, Keno Lag Gang. Or Keno LA Gang? Keno LA Gang? I don't even know. When words are all together, I can't figure it out. I'm like I'm an idiot.
You fucking mark!
Joe Villarreal, thank you for subbing to the channel. Almost like that guy Joe Villa. Remember Joe Villa, who would never let me interview any WWE wrestlers or superstars? And then I told Road Dogg that, and Road Dogg got me front row tickets, and then Road Dogg said Joe Villa is a pussy. Remember that?
Shit bum.
Kind of funny.
If CM Punk gets fired, it'll be handing out black eyes all over.
If CM Punk gets fired, I'll be handing out black eyes all over. Ace Steel. Dude, right now, Ace Steel is like licking his lips and jerking off violently. And he's like looking around at anybody to take the assault. By the way, guys, I want to thank you all really quickly in the chat. Every single one of you guys who have been with me all these years. Because in the past 2 days, we have gained 1,000 subscribers. And we just hit 72,000 subscribers. That's 1,000 subscribers in a couple of days. Courtesy of the CM Punk story. So I personally want to thank CM Punk. I want to thank the Bucks, the Elite, and AEW. In all honesty, I want to thank you because I haven't seen that type of growth on YouTube in about 4 years. Just saying, it's incredible. Oh my God, the fecal matter on the floor, but it's okay. Okay, I got some new news, guys. We'll get to that in a second. And yes, the Elite has been suspended.
I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It's okay.
My fecal matters on the floor.
It's okay. I am a horse. Fecal matters on the floor. It could be worse on the floor. My fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. Fecal matters on the floor. But it's okay. I am a horse. It's okay. I am a horse. My fecal matters on the floor. On the floor.
This will be good.
MJF coming back as the Joker was embarrassing for all the time he was off TV. To come back like that, Tony Khan is a horrible booker, and that is why he will never really compete with WWE.
I'll be honest, man. I was excited when MJF came back, but it is questionable. This is not an overcriticism of Tony Khan. I know that Todd Fair doesn't like AEW. I will take devil's advocate on this. I was excited about MJF coming back, and I did kind of like what they did, but I also didn't like what they did because this guy last left TV in a brutal shoot, like a brutal ranting shoot, insane, and then he was brought back like in one of the biggest work type of ways. I mean, the guy left in a huge, huge shoot way. I want you to think about this, guys. I'm serious. The guy left in a full shoot, and he returned in a full work. Now, it makes sense, though, when you think about it. So that's why I'm somewhere in the middle about it, because it does make sense. He left in a full shoot, raging and flipping out and stuff like that. And Tony Khan left him a voicemail that was like, listen, man, I'm over it. Please come back, that sort of thing. So, and here's how I'm going to bring you back. You can be the Joker in the ladder match. So, in my opinion, it is all explained, and it does make sense in a story. So, I'm kind of torn. I've heard some wrestlers and veterans say that it was a big mistake to let him go as a work and come back, or let him go as a full shoot and then come back as a work. I agree, I understand that, but I do think that they did tell a pretty good story there. You know what I mean? I think the bigger issue, to be honest, even though it's not the best situation, I would have liked to see him return in a crazy shoot way. Just the way he went out, that would make sense. But I think the bigger issue here is the way that he's been overshadowed by this media scrum situation and that sort of thing. By the way, John, thanks for subbing. Oh, real quick, for anybody who's been subscribing and your name doesn't pop up and you're like, why am I not getting shouted out for subscribing? Your YouTube channel may be set to private, or there may just be like a glitchy thing. That happens with a lot of people. So just telling you, if you don't see it or whatever, that could be what it is. You could try like publicing your channel and then re-subbing. Maybe that would work. I don't know. Sometimes it just doesn't work. But I do see you subbing and stuff like that on the channel. I usually look through the list. So, and I see you in the chat, of course. But so just people wondering about that. If you didn't know, that does happen if your channel isn't fully public, which a lot of times people do make their channel private or sort of like hidden or something, or you're under 18 or something like that. I believe all those situations will cause, your channel not to pop up, I believe. I think. But it could also be a glitch with Streamlabs, so.
Shit bum!
Not 100%.
Reports say CM Punk is injured and not at the show, and it's serious.
Yes. Ken Shinrell, thank you for the $5 and becoming a $5 shit bum. It is true. It is very unlikely that we see CM Punk tonight because, number one, of injury, maybe part of the suspension situation. CM Punk has not been mentioned in the suspension yet. Everybody else has. Kenny Omega suspended. The Young Bucks suspended. Nakazawa suspended. Pat Buck suspended. Christopher Daniels suspended. Ace Steel, I think, is also suspended. Let me just check on Ace Steel. I forget. Is Ace Steel suspended? I don't remember. I actually don't remember. Did they list Ace Steel? Nick Jackson, Nakazawa, Pat Buck. Yeah, so Ace Steel. Did I say Nick again? My friend Nick Steele passed away a few years ago. I sometimes say his name. He was a wrestler around here. Love you, Nick. Rest in peace, man. I had great conversations with Nick. I love this guy. Me and him had amazing conversations with each other. He was a very more right type of guy, and I'm a more middle type of guy, and we would talk politics and argue about things together in a fun way, in a good way, and learn things from each other. I really love talking to him about the world and politics and what's going on and stuff like that. So I really miss Nick. So sometimes I say that. My bad. It's Ace Steel. Ace Steel. Okay, CM Punk and his rabid friend Ace Steel. Though they were noted as trying to intervene, as for AEW champion CM Punk and his rabid friend Ace Steel, Meltzer says Steel was taken off without much follow-up. So we don't know about Steel or Punk. So I don't know. So there hasn't been a mention of what's up with Steel and Punk yet. Nobody's got full clarification on that yet. By the way, I really screwed up in my Ace Steel video that I released early this morning because I should have mentioned him saving a dog's life and also biting Kenny Omega.
Ace Steel got on national television for the first time ever with his best friend CM Punk. He dropped an F-bomb, which ended up getting him fined an undisclosed amount of money in one of the best promos in AEW history. Then, while protecting his wife and friend, Ace Steel knocked out Nick Jackson with a chair shot to the eye. And now, Ace Steel might be fired from AEW. All of this in the span of a week. Ace Steel is a badass. If I'm going drinking, it's with a guy like Ace Steel. Just look at him. Holy shit. He's got the eyes of a successful pedophile, the morals of a wildebeest, a real Wolverine. He can make his wife orgasm just by looking at her. He's earned the admiration of one of the biggest scumbags of all time, CM Punk. If Ace Steel can do this all in 1 week, imagine what Ace Steel could do in a month. Ace Steel. Fuck yeah.
Look at him.
This promo paid for by the Joe Cronin Show.
I've got ace balls of steel.
I forget who said that in the comments below, but they're genius. How do you like that picture of me from 2013, by the way? That's legit a promo pic of me from 2013 on this show. Actually, no, that's 2014, but hey, clean shaven, still can't grow a beard. Oh, boy. I was 29 years old there. I miss those days.
Ace Steel. He's got balls of Ace Steel.
I forget who said that in the chat, but someone, and like I left out so much, dude. I should have done so much more. I'm really pissed off that I messed up that promo so bad, dude.
He rescued a poor innocent dog.
You know, and then zoomed in on the dog with CM Punk walking it. Oh, my God.
The Young Bucks tried to step on Millie, the dog, but Ace Steel wouldn't accept that. So he stabbed one of the Young Bucks in the eye. And Ace Steel took a bite out of Kenny Omega.
Like, it's like I forgot to say that he bit Kenny Omega. I forgot to say he protected a dog. I mean, I totally botched that. You know, it was like 4 a.m. or something, and that idea came into my head about a promo for Ace Steel. And, like, I was like, I got to put this up. It seems funny to me. I want people to laugh at this. This is pretty funny. That's why I put it up at, like, 3 a.m, too. Like, I was like, I should save it for the day. It would get more views. But I was like, nah, I just want to get it out there. And I dropped the ball. Ace balls of steel should have been said. The dog protection should have been in there. And biting Kenny Omega should have been in there, too. And I'll have to make a part 2. I don't know. But I love you guys. You guys are great. Thank you for clicking the like button. And thank you for everybody who's been subbing. Back to the donations. Thank you to Gerald Armstrong for all those donos, man. And to Todd Fair, man. Todd Fair dropped $20. Thank you, Todd Fair. But I'm hungry for a $29 turkey, let me tell you. Todd Fair, thank you. I love you.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Chance. Take a chance tonight, AEW Dynamite. You got to take a chance tonight. You got to produce a show that's insane tonight. You got to go all out tonight, Tony Khan. You can't do a layup and try to get to next week. Don't do that. You're going to have new people watching tonight. I'm telling you. Dynamite needs to be off the goddamn rails tonight. I'm telling you, man. Dynamite needs to be nuts. You can email me, joecroninshow@yahoo.com, at Instagram, at Joe Cronin Show on Instagram, Facebook.com/Joe Cronin Show. We're approaching 4,000 likes and follows on Facebook. If you're over 70 and you still use Facebook, we're on there.
Shit bum.
Well, get ready to lose your mind, Joe. It was a mess storyline wise. Before all this BS, Tony needs to call Bray ASAP. Love you, man. And Wade replace Pat. Crossed fingers.
Let me tell you something. Here's the problem, King Rail. And thank you for the donation, King Rail. King Rail, I love you. But here's the thing. If you bring can you imagine you bring Bray Wyatt into AEW? Did you hear what Triple H said about Bray Wyatt? He's got a different idea every 2 seconds, and his mind is changing every 3 seconds. That would be a nightmare in AEW. I'm serious, guys. I want Bray Wyatt to come back to either WWE or AEW too. I get it. I want him back too. But guys, based on what Triple H said about Bray Wyatt, based on what Vince McMahon has said about Bray Wyatt, based on what several other people have said about Bray Wyatt, that he's creatively a genius, but he's all over the place and he's nuts. Like, seriously. Can you imagine that type of brain in AEW? Dude, he's going to change his mind every 2 seconds and probably be allowed to do it. Now, I mean, I don't know if that'd be better in AEW. Maybe it would be better. Like, hey, the fucking character's changing every 3 weeks, so it's interesting. It doesn't make sense, but it's nuts. But if he's in WWE, they would have a more structured thing, and we've seen how that went before. But in my opinion, the reason why Bray Wyatt wasn't working in WWE is because Bray Wyatt would have an idea, they would sort of go with it, then he would have another idea, they wouldn't go with it, then Vince had an idea, and they'd go with that, and then he'd have an idea, and then they might go with that eventually, and it was different, though. So it was convoluted in WWE. What the hell would it be like if he was with Tony Khan? And you know Tony Khan would let him do anything he wants almost. So, dude, that could run, I don't know, dude. I mean, maybe give it a try, but I wouldn't sign him for long. I'd sign him for about a year, and I'd see what happens. And if he doesn't get over as one of the top guys in a year, you know, okay, well, listen, no harm, no foul. We lost some money, but that's about it. I would sign Bray Wyatt for a short-term contract, like a very short term, and see how it goes. Because you think you're having trouble managing people right now. Can you imagine trying to manage Bray Wyatt, who's got a million ideas he wants to come to you with? Bobby Fish just said he couldn't get a meeting with Tony Khan about a shoot fight. He'd been trying to have a kickboxing fight. By the way, Bobby Fish, you're fucking retarded, bro. This guy's trying to run a wrestling company and trying to do all these things, and you're coming to him over and over again about a goddamn kickboxing fight. Bro, did you see Brawl for All? Shut up. So Tony Khan wouldn't meet with Bobby Fish about his kickboxing idea. And I know why, because Tony Khan was probably thinking, dude, I got enough to worry about thinking about booking wrestling and the wrestling angles, and now we're going to have a kickboxing fight. No, just fucking no. Just go away. Bobby Fish, I think Bobby Fish is a good guy, and I kind of like him as a solid worker type, and he could play a role. He was never really given a fair opportunity in AEW. Neither was he in WWE. Nor was he, is the right proper English, I think. But Bobby Fish is weird, though. He's like, I want to fight CM Punk in a real fight. And then he's like, but who am I anyway? I'm nobody. So it's like, that's like me. I do that all the time. I'm like, dude, I want to be in WWE as the lead commentary. I want to be in AEW as the lead commentator. I'm 38 years old. I'm Joe Cronin. I've been doing wrestling commentary around the world. I need to be hired by a major company. I know I can be the voice of a wrestling company. I swear to God to you, I will make people care. Oh, but who am I, you know? I'm just in my own basement that I bought this house because of YouTube. I bought this house because of YouTube. But who am I, you know? 72,000 subscribers on my own. 70 million views. Who am I? That's what Bobby Fish did. He goes, oh, but who am I to say I would fight CM? Well, then why are you doing it? Why are you doing it then? So, listen, it is kind of silly what Bobby Fish did, but he's also made news. The difference between Bobby Fish and me is when I'm sitting there trying to talk like I'm a great guy and I'm a smart guy and I could be a wrestling commentator. I mean, I am one on the indies and other places, but, you know, when I'm sitting there trying to put myself over kind of as a joke, you know. But, you know, when I'm doing that, I don't make any headlines. All I do is make people roll their eyes. There goes Joe again, like putting himself over like a loser. You know, but at least Bobby Fish made headlines. So, you know, I know a lot of people have bashed him for what he said and stuff like that. But, you know, at least Bobby Fish made headlines. He did get himself headlines. So, I don't know. I guess it's not that big of a deal, really. And he was kind of humble about it, to be honest. He said, like, hey, man, in the end, who am I, to be able to get this sort of thing to happen? I'm nobody at this point and whatever else. And it's like, damn, like he kind of went really down on himself. I wonder if he's got depression like me. I've got major depression at this. Not like Mauro Ranallo, though. Unlike Mauro Ranallo, I'll show up to my job. Wrestling company hires me, I'll show up. I won't be like Mauro Ranallo and fucking hide in a corner wanting to stab myself. Because, bro, like, that's a big thing for me. To get a job in a wrestling company. But yeah, he didn't quite completely bash himself. Yeah. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. Oh yeah. That's what I want to hear. You know it. And you know how to do it in the chat. And tonight we're going to find out about CM Punk, man. There may be no Punk. There may be no Elite. We may be in trouble tonight. In all honesty. If you were expecting something, that's my concern about tonight, is that they don't go all out, essentially, right? I begged them, Tony Khan, if you're listening to this for some weird reason, which I doubt you are, but if you were listening to this, Tony Khan, you got to go all out tonight because there's going to be an extra couple of 100,000 people watching, and you got to hook everybody, and you got to make them go, holy shit, anything is going to happen in this company. And you can do it even if you don't have the Elite. And even if CM Punk is injured and gone and the Elite are all gone and everybody's gone, you can still write a show tonight that makes people go, holy shit, anything can happen in AEW. The press conference, I'll never miss another press conference again. This is like when Kennedy got shot on TV. You think those people ever turned off the fucking news? Our parents, my parents, they never missed another news break. They never missed another parade. Turn it on. Somebody might get shot. I'll never miss another media scrum. Dude, I wouldn't miss one anyway. I watch them just for Tony Khan alone. He's amazingly entertaining and interesting to watch. It's like he's not the best character when he's on TV trying to be a character, but good Lord, when he's giving real commentary on stuff, it's interesting. He makes funny faces and weird reactions. He molests wrestlers when he's like, thanks for being here, Nakamichi Nakotoku. Thanks for coming here from New York. Like, I fucking will never miss an AEW press conference as long as I live. And after this, certainly never miss it again. So tonight on Dynamite, you need to bring that tonight. Now, they've already called up Jericho. Jericho is going to get time off. John Moxley was going to have time off. Jericho volunteered to be there tonight and kibosh on his time off because he knows they're hurt. John Moxley was asked to come on the show, even though he was about to get a week or two off. John Moxley is now reporting for duty. They were not booked. They were not supposed to be there, and they flew in separately, allegedly. Well, I think Jericho traveled with everybody because Jericho... I don't really know this stuff, by the way. I'm saying this off a weird rumor, off one of those sports fucking fat face, Twitter channels, so it could be all BS. But what we do know is that Moxley and Jericho weren't scheduled. Now they are. So that tells you right there that probably all the Elite are missing. And what happens to the Trios titles, by the way? Oh, guys. Hey, how's your Trios titles? Hey, guys, we created a championship so we could feel special because none of us can compete with FTR and none of us can compete with CM Punk, who's the champion. So, guys, we need to create our own special titles so we can play Wrestling World again. This is our company. We're the Elite. This is our company, man. We don't even have any toys to play with. Because the big boy CM Punk came in and took our spot, man. They took our freaking spot. I know what we'll do. I'm gonna have to go to Mrs. Foley's baby boy's baby daughter's OnlyFans account.
and I'm going to have to stroke it over and over again to Noel.
No, I'm going to tell you this. We had to create belts all for ourselves. We created championships so we could play too. Let me tell you something. I love the Elite. I do love them. I like Kenny Omega. I like the Bucks. I like all these guys. I like CM Punk for the most part. Everybody has their flaws. We can call them all out for things, just like me. In real life, I mean, I may not be the best person, but I'm a better person in real life than I am on YouTube. I would like to think. I'm a better person in real life. But I'm also, I've also done some crazy shit that, I haven't always made the right decision. I've said some crazy shit. It's wrong. And, I've made jokes that maybe I shouldn't have. We're all like this. It's all black and white. It's nothing, or it's all gray, rather. It's not black and white. It's gray. Everything's in the gray. A lot of people are. I understand why these people are all mad at each other. And honestly, yes, this hurts MJF a lot. Unless something major is going to happen tonight for him, I am concerned. House of Black was made for the trio title, says Fun. Well, now House of Black is done because Malachi Black has gone away. Malachi Black has gone away.
New subscriber.
We don't know where Malachi Black is going.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. About to come down the aisle, Hawks.
Hawks, thank you so much for subbing to the channel, man, and becoming an effing mark, bro. Thank you so much, dude. And thanks for hitting the like button, everybody. 200 likes, we're almost there.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Still real to you, damn it.
Latrell Matthews. About to come down the aisle, Latrell Matthews.
Thank you, Latrell, for being here, bro. Thank you, bro.
Do a little
House of Brody
basketball
King.
dance off the concrete. I mean, I'm just so sick of you little meth head devil worshippers. I'll be honest, I'd like to take a big bite out of your face.
Go ahead and do it.
If you had to make a guess, which of the EVPs injured Punk, if he's injured?
Gerald Armstrong, I don't really know. I almost want to say that CM Punk he was hurt before. So let's say he pulled something or tore. What if he had a slight tear of the pectoral muscle or something like that, right? If CM Punk had some kind of a slight tear or a pull or something like that going on, and he got into a stressful situation and he just pulled on somebody, and somebody pulled him, grabbed him, and pulled it, whatever, like, dude, you could have tore that further or re-aggravated it or just, you could have ripped it. So if something was hanging on by a thread, and they went and they CAT scanned it, and then they said, hey, man, you've got a pretty severe tear that's going to need 6 to 12 weeks to heal. You didn't tear it off, and you didn't tear it fully, but that's going to need 6 to 12 weeks to heal so that it's 100%, and you don't end up, so you can't do activities with that arm, or you're going to tear it, or you're going to really, create something. So it's not crazy to say that he might have had a slight tear, and that now it's a partial tear or a full tear or something like that. I don't know what the injury is, but I'm saying, man, if you had a little bit of a tear, a hairline of a tear, and you need to work that out for a couple of weeks to find out if it's going to heal up, seal up, and that you don't have scar tissue, and now you get in a fight and you end up ripping it. I mean, how many times have we heard that a guy had something go a little wrong and then he kept wrestling with it and he tore it completely? That's usually what happens. A lot of times, like, a slight tear happens, you pull something, 4 weeks go by, and then you're in the ring and you tear it completely off because you had a tendon that was already torn and you didn't realize it, or you thought you pulled something. That's why you got to get evaluated. But there was no time to be evaluated yet. He came right from the match, might have pulled or tore something slightly, and then he gets in a scrum in the back and tears it for real, tears it off. Or even just, I mean, you can pull a tendon and stretch a tendon to where it's about to tear and it hurts for a couple of weeks and it seals up and it gets strong again and everything's okay. But if he got to the point of it close to tearing and it's pulled really bad and now he gets in that fight and he tears it for real that's what I think happened. So yes, you could be looking at a suspension for Punk, although it's not been announced. But you also could be looking at, 3 to 12 weeks on the shelf. And the Elite might be back before Punk at this point. And Malachi Black is taking time off. He wasn't removed from the roster. He had been, I thought, the other day. I couldn't find him. So I thought Malachi Black had been removed from the AEW roster. It looks like Malachi Black may be done with All Elite Wrestling for the foreseeable future. According to Fightful, pretty credible there. Several talents within the promotion believe that Tony Khan has reluctantly accepted the House of Black leader's request to be let out of his contract. So I think what I heard is that Tony Khan did something very similar to WWE here. He said, listen, man, take some time off, think about it, and then come back to me. I know you want out of your contract. I will do that. I will give you out of your contract if I have to. I will let you out of your... I'm trying to build this in my head. I will let you out of your contract if you go cool off, go take a break, clear your head about things. We'll bring you back with something really good, or, you leave the company, whatever you want at that point. Go take 2 months to think about it, or go take 30 days and think about it, whatever it is. Or let's pretend you did leave the company. Pretend like you left the company and I accepted this offer, and you go do whatever it is you were going to do. We'll put your contract on hold, whatever it is. And so I think that that's what's happened. Like Sasha Banks, a cooling down period. That's what's gone on. That's what's gone on, I think. So WWE did this with Sasha Banks. They said, go take a break, think about it, and come back, and then that's what happened, right? She did come back. So that's what's going on here. Hey, go think about it, Malachi. Take some time. Take 2 months if you gotta. Take up to 2 months, decide, and come back to me then. How about we do that? Okay, that sounds good. Now, I don't know. So I don't know that's what I heard. That is exactly what I heard from... I can't say who I heard that from, but I do know, you know what I mean, guys. I know some people. And trust me, this is from a person who they know. So that's what I heard. But the news report is that Malachi Black might not be there anymore, and he wants his release from the company. And that's true, but what I just said, I think, is what's really now happening. So now, that doesn't mean in a week from now, Malachi Black could say, nope, I don't need any more time. Please release me from my contract, Tony. Maybe I'll come back someday. Or he could take the full 2 months and come back and say, you know what, let's give it another try. I thought about it. I don't want to be gone. I don't want to throw this away. I'm ready to get back to wrestling. I cleared my head. I had some time off. So I think Tony Khan is giving him a mental month, a mental day, a mental break. And I think that that's what they've agreed on officially. But I don't, can't say 100% with anything, but that's pretty much I'm telling you pretty much 100%, allegedly. Okay? Oh! Oh, shit! Cow Palace Dave is here!
What if the turkeys ate us? What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us?
The turkeys are here!
They had to hate us. What if the turkeys ate us? Instead of they filleted us? What if the turkeys ate us? Instead of mashed potatoes? Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, those turkeys ate
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and CM Punk. And let's not forget Ace Steel. Back to that. We got some more news on this for tonight. This is the new version of Turkeys. You want me to play the OG version later, Dynamite? I might do it. My voice is better in this one, though.
Thanksgiving's getting kinda fucking crazy. Because people's blood might be the gravy. The turkeys might gobble on our giblets. Instead they might gobble on the testicles.
Guys, you got to try Cornelius's Donuts in Boston. They're closed Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. It's so fucking good. Fuck Adam Page. Oh.
Throwing chairs, biting, and pulling hair reminds me of a fight I saw at a gay bar called Moby Dick's in San Francisco. I was there with Rybotch.
Oh. Good God, Cow Palace Dave. Oh my God, man. Hey, Cow Palace Dave, thank you for donating $29 to the show. And thank you for telling me about that, man. I'll have to check out that bar in San Francisco. Hey, if I ever leave my wife? What's a wyke? A wife who's a lesbian? Hey, if I ever leave my wife, I'll head out to San Francisco and I'll join you, man. We'll get married, bro. Let me tell you something. I'm open to anything, okay? It's 2022. Steven, what up, bro? Dynamite, how you doing? Thank you guys for the turkeys in the chat. That was a big one. I know I got to shorten that donation. I apologize. It's a long one. But yeah, tonight we're talking about what's going on tonight. I mean, listen, the Elite's been suspended, allegedly. Michael Nakazawa, I have to be careful with his name all the time. Pat Buck has been suspended. Christopher Daniels. I mean, I thought those guys were the guys that would break up the fight, so I'm surprised that they got suspended as well. But I guess I wasn't there. I don't know what they did. But there's a big backstage news report on a lot of this stuff. But I'm telling you, if AEW does not capitalize on this, Dynamite needs to be goddamn crazy tonight. There's going to be new viewers tonight. Pat Buck, Michael Nakazawa, Brandon Cutler's another one, I guess, he's been suspended. I don't know. He's probably got all the video somewhere. Punk took a verbal blowtorch to some of his AEW colleagues. Colt Cabana and Hangman Page weren't even there, and they're like the whole thing. There are people saying that Punk is done or going to be suspended or fired, but Punk and Ace Steel, nothing has come out about Punk or Ace Steel yet. But it's believed that Punk is injured. So, and they had to call Moxley and Chris Jericho are taking over tonight on Dynamite, because to fill in, I guess, for what's going to be missing tonight on the show. Shit bum.
CM Punk is the biggest waste of money. TinyCon has no balls.
Yo, Jake, how you doing? Thank you for the $5. I don't know. CM Punk has added something to the show. There's been no doubt about it that CM Punk has added something to the show. I don't think it's what I wish when CM Punk showed up that he had added 500,000 to 1 million people. But it turned out when CM Punk showed up, it really added about 50,000 to 200,000 people. I would say that, CM Punk brought in up to 200,000 people, here or there. But it's really less than that overall. It's like 20 to 50,000. But for a wrestler nowadays, that's not too bad. I mean, nobody else could do that, really, other than Stone Cold Steve Austin or The Rock or something like that. The Undertaker, maybe Brock Lesnar. There's not a lot of people that could bring in, a lot of stuff. When Daniel Bryan jumped over and Bryan Danielson into AEW, I mean, there wasn't a ton of people that came on like, oh, I've got to, you know what I mean? Like, there's just not a lot of people who are all behind one guy. And CM Punk has been gone too long. If CM Punk had come back 5 years ago, it would have been way more people. But every year, the people that liked CM Punk stop watching wrestling. And quite honestly, a lot of them aren't coming back, no matter what you do. So if CM Punk had left WWE when he did, and a year later AEW came out and he went to AEW, I think there'd be 1 million people watching on top of whatever they had. So you would have had 1.3 million people watching, and then you would have brought in Punk, and I bet you he would have brought 1 million people with him, or at least 500,000. So you would have had damn near 2 million people watching AEW if this was the year after he left WWE. But most of those people, they don't watch wrestling anymore. So it's not that CM Punk is or isn't a draw anymore. It's that those people just don't watch. You're not going to draw them no matter what. CM Punk could come on live TV with a strap on and a picture and a clone of Mickey Mantle, and he could proceed to butt pump Mickey Mantle live on TV in front of Bugs Bunny, and then go to a parade and take pictures of everybody while giving out $1 million bills or something, whatever scenario you want to come up with. And they're not coming back. They're just not. And we've seen how many people came back for Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know, that's a pretty big number, but it's still not crazy now because these people just don't watch wrestling anymore, no matter what. So listen, CM Punk brings in 20, 50, or 100,000 people. And he helps keep the active fans who care interested. So someone to discredit Punk and say that he doesn't add, like, what? He certainly adds. Look at what we're doing right now. If anybody else had gotten a fight in the back, it might have been a big story, but it wouldn't be this big a story. So I'm not prepared to act like that's crazy. This guy is valuable, and I think, yes, some people are going to be overpaid nowadays because the money's not quite there, and also the spectacle of wrestling is way down right now. So you are, I think, going to overpay for people because there were people in 1997, they didn't get paid close to this. There were people in 2007 who might not have gotten paid close to this, and they were on top, killing it, making millions. But now people making multi-millions for what? What does Adam Hangman Page make? Somebody in the chat. Thank you, Carlos Ray. Somebody in the chat, tell me if you know, how much does Adam Hangman Page make? I heard it was like $1 million. Is that for real? You're paying Adam Hangman Page $1 million? Like, he's pretty good in the ring. I like his theme song. I like cowboy shit. Even though he's not a cowboy at all, he kind of comes off like a dress-up cowboy. He's got the Dukes of Hazzard look, but man, he's got the Britney Spears vibe. So you're telling me Hangman Page makes like $1 million? He can't cut a promo. He cannot cut a promo, and he doesn't. He draws with like, I don't know, a quarter of the audience, maybe half of the audience, I guess. So that's good for your audience. I don't know, man. But damn, dude, that guy's making $1 million. I'd pay Adam Hangman Page, a couple $100,000, I would think. And he'd be lucky to get that right now. Now, if he became the superstar, Adam Hangman Page, and was cutting promos and like killing it, now you're talking about giving him $500,000 to $1 million. But bro, that guy gets $1 million. No wonder he thinks, hey, fuck you, CM Punk. He came up with his gimmick, cowboy, this. He goes out there and does this, that, and the other thing. He sees sold out crowds, and he makes millions of dollars. Would you listen to CM Punk if you were doing all these things and then Punk came in and was like, yo, let me tell you how to do things? You know what I mean? Of course, he's like LeBron James. He's like a spoiled person because he's killed it since the beginning almost. CM Punk didn't kill it from the beginning. CM Punk had successes as he climbed a ladder. Think about it, seriously. CM Punk had backyard wrestling matches. Then CM Punk and his buddies sold tickets and made money in the backyard. So CM Punk turned his hobby into a business in the backyard and made backyard wrestling successful for himself. Then went and got trained somewhat, right? And then became fairly successful on the indies. Then he joined Ring of Honor and became very successful in Ring of Honor. Then he got hired by the WWE in the developmental, and he cut his teeth down there as best he could. Then he finally got promoted. And then with a chip on his shoulder, had to fight tooth and nail to try to be whatever he could be on the main roster at WWE to eventually end up becoming the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And this all in the course of 12 years. What did Hangman Page do in the course of how many years? So Adam Hangman Page has been a wrestler when? When did he start wrestling? ...2009, Adam Hangman Page debuted. And he was born in 1991. I was born in 1984. He's younger than me. So, Hangman Page started in 2009. So what is that? 10 years is 2019. So I'd never heard of him for the first 9 years of his career. I'd never heard of him. In 2018, that's when all the big stuff started happening. So about 9 years. 9 years for Adam Page on the Indies, according to this. It's a different trajectory, kind of. It's Adam Hangman Page being on the Indies for 7 years, then finally getting success on the 8th year, and then eventually joining a company that's a startup that becomes a pretty big company in front of about 1 million people. CM Punk went from the Indies to being in Ring of Honor in front of a couple 100,000 people to getting signed by WWE and being in front of 5 million people at some point. So, arguably the trajectories aren't too different, aren't that much different in some ways. The only difference is that, Punk was in WWE for a long time on top of all that. But Adam Hangman Page, when Punk started in WWE, you know what I mean? Imagine if Punk had started in WWE and became the champion in the first year or the second year, right? That's not what happened, right? Punk started in WWE, what, in 05 or 06? So 6, 7, 8, 9. It would be 6 or 7 years in WWE before CM Punk would ever become, I think, the WWE champion. Right? 5 years? Something like that. So maybe Adam Page is like, yo, I'm the world champion. In 10 years, I'm now the world champion of a major company and I'm 30 years old. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. He feels like, why would I take advice from you, CM Punk?
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Justin Dudley. Thanks for subbing to the channel, man. We only got a couple more minutes left, and I got to roll out of here. But Justin Dudley, thank you so much, man. 2006, Sammy's Samurai, thank you for that.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Thank you. No Limit Eddie, how you doing? Thanks for subbing to the channel, my friend. What's up, chat? How you guys doing? I don't know it all, man. I'm just talking out loud. I'm thinking out loud with you guys right now.
New subscriber.
You fucking mark!
Yo, Boss Jay, thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Thanks to all the new subs for being here, too, by the way, guys. Thank you for hitting the like button. And thanks for hitting the super thanks button, guys. Some people on recent videos have been donating on my videos down below. Thank you, guys, for doing that. I will pin your stuff if I can.
You fucking mark!
Polaroid Right. Thank you for subbing to the channel, man. Yeah, I will do my best to pin your comments, especially if you've donated. My bad, man. We've had a couple recently.
Shit bum.
I think MJF come out tonight and talk about Punk being an embarrassment and how he has made it look bad. Have him be the baby face in this situation.
Yeah, you might. This might be the time to pull the trigger on MJF being the baby face and just have MJF cut his savage stuff on Punk. Like, listen, I know it's not the most ideal thing, and in ways it's almost like what Adam Page did that Punk didn't like, but hey, man, listen, you did what you did the other night. Now we've got to have somebody go after this. So, yeah, you might have to do that, even if Punk isn't there. And you know where Punk is right now? He's injured. He flapped his gums. He got in a fight with other people, but man, there's going to be no fight like the one that you're going to get with me when you get back, punk. I'm going to injure you, and you thought you were mad at other people. You know, this is what we've all had to deal with in the locker room. This is what I've had to deal with. So it could be that MJF kind of brings it all into himself. Like MJF becomes Adam Page. MJF becomes the Elite. And MJF takes all of that stuff and then puts it on him. And so he tries to take over and take that heat. I don't know. I'm assuming that's what they might do, because otherwise, what do? You can't have the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega try to fight Punk. They're suspended. Punk might be suspended, injured, or who knows what. So you can't have that. So all you can do is try to have MJF try to steal the heat, essentially, right? I think that's all you can do is have MJF be the one to steal the heat or try to take over the, I don't know. I don't know, but what I do know is they have to make a huge impact tonight. I mean, they have to make a giant mark tonight.
AEW World Heavyweight Champion
on wrestling and on Dynamite, because you're gonna have new eyes on the show tonight. Make no mistake about it. You're gonna have new eyes on the show tonight. That is a fact. I swear to God, I will flip out if I will admit I'm a grundle sniffer if there's less than 1 million watching tonight. But I'm worried they're gonna completely ignore it. That they're gonna completely ignore it and not do enough. Gabriel Holland, thank you for subbing to the channel. What's going on, you Mark? Hey, thank you to Red Poison who dropped a $4.99 super thanks on my last video. So between the $10 in ad revenue and the $5 you dropped, that video made $15. Hey, man, thank you for doing that. That made that video be worth a little bit more for me. Thank you for that. I mean, the video was 5 minutes long, so that's pretty cool. Thank you for that. That's much appreciated. Drew Bar 100 also dropped a super thanks. So I want to say thank you to Drew Bar 100. And if anybody else tops those, I will repin them and fix them and stuff like that if I see them. So thank you to everybody who's been super thanksing down below. It's like a donation. You guys know how it is. It unlocked on my channel about a year ago, and I noticed a lot of you guys do drop them. So thank you. That's really about it. I have to run. I could actually do another hour on a lot of things right now, but due to the fact that I got to roll. We'll see what happens tonight on Dynamite. I'm going to be live. So as soon as AEW Dynamite is over, I will be live here with my review as always. And I apologize. If AEW tonight doesn't bring it and we get a lackluster show, I probably am going to flip out in a bad way. So I apologize ahead of time to anybody who's annoyed by ranting and raging and screaming. But Jesus, I just choked on spit. Or cum, I don't know. But if I'm telling you, man, if they don't bring it tonight and do something shocking and crazy and they just don't go all for it, all in, and they don't go nuts tonight, I am going to be pissed off. I'm just telling you right now because I know what I would do if I was in this situation. So that's just a heads up. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I would love to stay another hour, but I got to go. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. I will see you tonight live after AEW. I know I've been critical, but I'm personally tired of negativity. You're better than that and love your energy today. Well, thank you, All Heel Network. I got depression and stuff like that. I'm a mess, bro. I apologize. I appreciate you guys being there with me through it all, though. You know what I mean? I'm just a nutcase. Please ignore me if I'm being stupid. But I love you guys for being here, and I will try to give you the best I can, man. Thank you so much. We'll see what happens tonight. I hope it's good, and I'll see you live right here on the Joe Cronin Show as soon as AE Dynamite ends. And if you missed this show, go back and rewatch this whole thing from the beginning. We talked about a lot of things, I think. So bring it tonight. Everybody tweet Tony Khan that Joe Cronin is God. I don't know. I don't know, man. Love you guys. See you tonight. I'm a moron. I actually have a GD and I'm an idiot. I'll see you then. The Elite. And don't forget, Ace Steel.